How many times have you prayed like this? God, take this difficulty out of my life. Fix this problem at my job, heal this sickness, restore this relationship. And how many times did you end up frustrated because the solution didn't come, or didn't come the way you wanted? Today, I need to tell you something that can completely change the way you relate to God. The Bible never promised that He would remove all your problems. In fact, it promises the exact opposite. We created a lamp genie God, a celestial manager whose main job is to make our lives comfortable and obstacle-free. But the God of Scripture does not fit that position, and when we understand this, our faith stops being an emergency hotline and becomes something much deeper. Argument 1. The real promises are different. Let's look at what was actually said. Jesus didn't say, "In this world you will have quick solutions." He said, "In this world you will have trouble." He didn't promise a life without opposing winds. He promised, "I am with you always." Paul didn't teach that the prayer of faith removes every mountain of difficulty. He said, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." The central promise is not of a God who fixes, but of a God who sustains. The difference is massive. Argument 2. The heroes of faith had unresolved problems. Look at the examples. Paul asked 3 times for a thorn in the flesh to be removed. God's answer was, "I'm not taking it away, but my grace is enough for you to live with it." The problem stayed. God's power showed up in him despite it. Job never received an explanation for why he suffered so much. What he received was God's presence, and that was enough. Jesus himself, in Gethsemane, prayed for the cup to pass from him. The answer was no. He had to drink every drop of suffering. Victory came through the problem, not by removing it. If God were a problem solver according to our will, the Bible would be a handbook of instant success stories. Instead, it's a testimony of people transformed in the process, not spared from it. Argument 3. The goal is character, not comfort. Here's the core of it. God is far more interested in who you are becoming than in what you're going through. The problem is the furnace. Your faith is the metal. And God is the blacksmith. The blacksmith's goal isn't to put out the fire, but to use the fire to shape, purify, and strengthen the metal. Patience is developed in waiting. Faith is strengthened in uncertainty. Compassion is born out of your own pain. The character of Christ is formed in us not on stages of easy victories, but in the dark valleys where we must trust what we cannot see. Reconnecting with the real God. So, what does this change in your prayer today? Instead of praying, "God, take this away from me," start praying, "God, use this in me. Show me what you want to teach me in this hard place. Strengthen my faith to trust you even when nothing changes. Let your power be made perfect in my weakness." This is not resignation, it's redemption. It's believing that God can write a glorious story even with the hardest chapters of your life. When you stop demanding God to act like your personal assistant and start surrendering as a student of the master potter, you find a peace that doesn't depend on circumstances. You find a God who is bigger than any quick fix. You find a God who never promised calm seas, but promised to be the unfailing captain in the middle of your storm. If this video changed your perspective, comment below "Sustain." Let's build a community that learns to trust beyond solutions. And if you know someone who is discouraged because God didn't fix things, share this video. It might be the message that brings the deepest relief they could ever receive, the relief of knowing that God is with them, even in the problem. See you next time. May you find strength not in the absence of problems, but in the presence that never leaves you in the middle of them.